Hi, and welcome to the listening window. Today's story is called The Room with the Blue Door. It's a long format English listening and speaking practice story written in clear, everyday English with lots of natural phrases. You can read along, listen, and repeat to improve your fluency. All the learning materials, full script, vocabulary list, quiz, answer key, and a bonus speaking prompt are available at the link in the description below. Now, let's begin. IT started with a phone call at 2:13 a.m. I almost didn't answer. I was half asleep, the ringtone mixing with the rain tapping against my window. But something about it, a number with no name, made me pick up. Elena, a man's voice asked. She's awake. Then the line went dead. I sat up in bed, blinking into the darkness, heart thudding in my chest. Awake? Who was awake? I checked the number again. No name. No location. Just silence on redialed. I didn't sleep the rest of the night. The next morning, I called my brother Liam. He was the only family I had left after Mom died 2 years ago. He picked up on the third ring, his voice groggy. Len? You okay? I got a weird call last night, I said. Someone said she's awake. Then hung up. There was a pause. Probably a prank. I don't think so. It didn't feel like one. Liam sighed. You always feel things too deeply. He didn't get it. Not this time. I could feel it in my bones. Something was wrong. That evening, I visited Mom's grave. I hadn't been in a few months. The sky was overcast, and the cemetery was silent except for the wind moving through the trees. Her headstone looked the same. Maria Jensen. Loving mother. Never forgotten. I sat on the bench near her grave and just waited. I didn't know what for. Maybe a feeling, a sign. But all I got was a strange chill that wouldn't leave my neck. On the way home, I noticed a building I hadn't seen before. It sat between an old flower shop and a closed-down bookstore. A tiny, narrow house made of dark red bricks. But what caught my eye was the front door, painted bright blue, glowing almost unnaturally in the gray light. I don't know why I stopped walking. I don't know why I walked up the 3 steps and knocked, and no one answered, but the door creaked open. Hello. I called. Still nothing. I should have turned around. I know that now. But something, maybe the same thing that told me to answer the phone, pulled me inside. The air smelled of dust and lavender. The hallway was dimly lit, and old photographs lined the walls. I walked slowly, my fingers brushing the frames. Most were too faded to see, but one stood out. A picture of a young girl, no older than 10, with dark hair in 2 braids. She looked almost like me. A door at the end of the hall was cracked open. I pushed it gently. Inside was a room full of clocks. Dozens of them. Grandfather clocks, cuckoo clocks, tiny pocket watches, all ticking in unison. And in the center of the room, a woman sat in a rocking chair, her back to me. Excuse me. I said softly. She didn't move. I took a step forward. Are you okay? Slowly, the chair stopped rocking. She stood and turned. I gasped that IT was my mother, not an old version. not a ghost. Her face was young, maybe in her 30s. Healthy, smiling. "Hello, Elena," she said. My knees almost gave out. You died. I buried you. This isn't possible." She came closer. "I'm not a dream, and you're not asleep." I started shaking. "What is this place?" "This is the room where time pauses," she said. "Where memories live and wait." "I don't understand." She looked at me gently. "You came because your heart is still tied to something you haven't let go of." "I don't want to forget you." "You're not meant to forget," she said. "You're meant to live." Suddenly, every clock in the room stopped ticking. The silence was deafening. "I'm sorry," she whispered, "but this visit can't last forever." I blinked and she was gone. The room was empty. The clocks were still. The door was wide open behind me. I stumbled out into the hallway, then onto the street. The house was gone. I in its place. Just a narrow alley filled with trash bins and overgrown weeds. I ran home. For days, I told myself I imagined it. That grief does weird things. That I must have fallen asleep on the bench and dreamed it all. But then I found something in my coat pocket I didn't put there. A small silver pocket watch. On the back, it was engraved, "The wrong time can lead to the right place." And inside, the hands pointed to 2:13, the exact time the phone rang. I keep the watch with me now. Not because I want to go back, but because it reminds me that even in the most impossible moments, love finds its way through time. And sometimes, just sometimes, it opens a blue door. Thank you for listening to this story on the listening window. If you'd like to go deeper, download the full script, vocabulary list, quiz, answer key, and bonus speaking prompt using the link in the description. And please share your own ending to the story in the comments. I'd love to hear it.